Hello everybody, this is a Hazama for Dummies video for you guys who are trying to learn how to use Hazama on Blazblue Central Fiction. He's quite different from his past iterations, and the biggest change, I should say, is his 214B into Serpent's Benediction, which is his stance, which you can do by normally by doing 214D. But the biggest change is you can only do the regular versions of Serpent Benediction attacks, like for instance Rising Fang, Falling Fang, and I forget what the fuck that is. It's a sweep, but you get the picture. You can only do the regular versions after you do that slap. So this is kind of a nerf for Hazama because, well, you can't just dash up and do like a normal. You see, there's like a wait time to get that enhanced version. Still, it's not like they eliminated it, and you can still get the enhanced version when you do the new move, the new slap here. I call it the bitch slap. You can still do it. It just takes more time, and it's really more worthwhile doing when it's on counter. How do I fucking... there we go. As you can see there, I slapped Terrami and I had enough time to do an enhanced move. But really, I think the application behind that is, well, it makes the Serpent's Benediction attacks more predictable, but at the same time, it makes juggling easier. See, on previous games, you would do a sweep, and you would go to Serpent's Benediction, and you would dash forward, and you would do Rising Fang, and you would start a combo. On this game, you actually can do that and incorporate the slap into it, and it's actually a bit easier. Another new thing to talk about is his 214B in the air, his jumping 214B. It's always been a move for him, but they changed the animation, as you can see. It used to be, hold on, let me change this really quickly. It used to look like that right there when Terrami's kicking Hazama down. And now, as you can see, it goes all the way to the ground. So what this does is it gives you better O-key options. Like, for instance, if the opponent doesn't wake up right away, you can do that slap, and it'll hit them while they're on the ground, and you can juggle them with the new slap and the sweep, or the new slap and Rising Fang. Like I said, it takes some practice, and I've been playing online, so I'm not hitting it so well. And another good thing about this new animation is when you hit the animation, when you hit the opponent, you should be able to do the super snake kick if you were not rusty at playing offline like me. For instance, let me see here. I do it better. I don't know why that is, but I always do it better when I hit the fucking when I hit 5DC. Always. Bust out this combo. Bam! Almost 4K. Anyway, let's see. I believe that actually does it for new moves. On to the next. Okay, so let's go over the snake stocks. When the opponent is guarding, you do not gain a snake stock back. You only gain a snake stock if you get a direct hit. It still has the same properties all throughout the area, and A, as usual, is to cancel, B is to catapult, D is to fling towards, and C is to do like a sort of a teleport type deal, as it's always been. But you know, a good way to get around that cancel using A is only use A when it whiffs. That's personally what I would do. Or like if you're really close and you know it does that little piddly hit, then by all means cancel so you can block quicker, if you ask me. But it really depends on the matchup. But another thing I like to do instead of actually canceling is when they block, go to Serpent's Benediction, 2-1-4 that shit, quarter circle back D, so you are in a more powerful position. And I'll explain more about that powerful position here in a minute. Also, when you're in the air and you hit using your snakes, which can be like you know, that could be 6D in the air, that could be fucking 2D in the air, that could be a jumping D in the air, whatever. As long as you hit, if you want to get to the ground quickly while there's still some sort of hit stun on the opponent, you can hit 2-1-4 B in the air, which now goes all the way down to the ground, as I had explained in the previous segment. Bam. Sometimes I miss the Q, but I'm just saying it helps because you get down to the ground quicker, and they think that you're going to be stuck in the air because they think you don't know any better, and you don't waste a snake stock, so it works. I believe that's another reason why they made it go all the way to the ground. So I think that does it for the snake chains. Let's move on. Okay, this is the part of the video where I show you practical applications for Hazama's new properties on his unblockable throw. So it launches you now. On the older games, you could only like get like a slap or a knee in, or if you're quick, I think you can get one of the C attacks in. But on this game, it's cool because you get to launch them in the air, and you could do like a simple quick combo like that, or you could get a little bit more complicated with it. Get like almost 2k. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's just something that you could do. It adds to the pressure from the new slap, right? They're gonna be worried about blocking so much. They're gonna be like, oh man, I don't want to get countered by jab, and you just bam. I mean, of course, do something other than that, but look at that. 3k. For some characters, that's not even that much, believe it or not, but for Hazama, having to work for it the way he does, it works. Bam. But I think that does it for Hazama for Dummies. I think I practically went through everything. There are some new overdrive combos, but that shit is kind of hard to do online, so I don't really do it that much, so I'm really rusty. Like, I would like to do something like that online, to be honest, but you know what? It ain't happening. Or, let's see if I can do it. I'll give it one more try. Fuck. Well, I was supposed to go into Serpent's Benediction, but that's another thing I'll never try online. Okay, this is the part of the video where I teach you some practical applications for the new things that Hazama has. Now, Serpent's Benediction has a very new useful property. The sweep is upper body invulnerable on both the regular and the enhanced version, and it goes through most DPs, normals, supers, exceed excels, all that shit. The only way that you can hit Hazama when he's like this is actually if you're in the air, like right on top of his head, and you do an attack that's downward. So you have to be in the air, or you have to hit him low before he hits you low, which that'd be kind of hard to do depending on the situation. And I'm just about to throw it out here right now. I'm going to give you an example of its invulnerability and how you can use it practically. Check this out. Look at that right there. 3.5k. He activated his overdrive, and I just went clean through it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can. I mean, I reacted too slow, but even the regular one went through it. And you see I got 3.5k. Imagine if let me see what would happen if I actually had active flow. Almost 4k, so a little bit more. And if that was what I was on counter, I was about to say, if that was on counter, that would have been crazy. So that's one practical application that you could use it for. Another is this slap actually adds another level of pressure. Like, I've actually gone through games just slapping people and just turning the whole fight into a guessing game. For instance, you get at this distance right here and somebody doesn't have a DP, and like I said earlier, you trick them a little bit by doing a little bit of Serpent's Benediction. You know, they'll be scared to do an anti-air on Hazama. Bam. But if you do get in, it's a rinse and repeat process, and I'm a little rusty offline, like I said, but you just keep doing this. As a matter of fact, you see better when I have blocking enabled. See what I mean? I mean, it makes them have to block. Unless it's a DP character. With a DP character, you gotta be careful. As a matter of fact, one strat that I've evolved to using, I started using on this game a lot more, is using his 6C. It's actually really good because not only does it keep them there, you can shoot the snake afterwards and they have little time to jump. A lot of people just get hit because they try to jump without blocking, and I can just Serpent's Benediction cancel it. Or I can read it and just fucking start attacking them again. And another great thing about it is, let me see. How the fuck do you turn barrier blocking on? I want to turn on barrier block. Ah, there it is. It's right there in front of my face. Turn on barrier blocking. Look how far away you go. You go so far away that you're basically in your range. You're in your own footsie range. So it's like, wow, you get that much range off of doing a safe move. And it's just, the life is just fucking given to you.